Okay, so with our configuration files done, let's go ahead and get started with our conftest.py file. So let's go ahead and just make that. So conftest.py. And this file, by the way, is used by the Pytest framework. You have to have this. This is pretty much where we're going to combine like our configurations for the environment JSON and all our other helper methods that we're going to be creating. It's all going to be set up within this conftest file. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started on this. So we need to, first of all, import Pytest. Actually, I might as well just get all of them that I'm thinking of right now. So we're gonna need more than likely OS, JSON. Definitely gonna need time for our timestamps. And what else? Traceback. I think traceback will be the last one. Yeah, that should be good. And something I just totally should have done earlier. So let's go ahead and open up a new terminal. If you're on VS Code, you can do Control Shift and then tilde, I believe it's called. It's a little squiggly line. Should open up your terminal for you. And let's go ahead and create a virtual environment. Should have probably done this in the beginning, but we can do it now. If you don't know what a virtual environment is, basically it's just it's like its own space. So like with our requirements txt files here, I'm going to have all these packages installed with my virtual environment, and it's completely separate from my host computer Python installation instance. And all those files it has access to. So let's go ahead and create this real quick. And this is mainly used for local development. You don't ever really use this on a pipeline, or you don't ever store it either. So we'll just call this env python-m venv. Okay. Go ahead and create that. Let it do its thing. As you can see our folders here, and VS Code already noticed that it's I made a virtual environment. So let's hit yes to that. If that doesn't pop up, you can activate the virtual environment. I'll just show you real quick. I believe you go to, I'm used to Linux here, but we can do this on Windows. So we can go to cd env, and then we can go to cd scripts, or you can do this all in one command too. I'm just trying to show you the steps. And then you just run activate.bat in this case, and you can see we are now in our environment. You can see that with the little brackets there, our parentheses, and the env of our name. So let's go ahead, and while we're in our environment, let's go ahead and install our requirements txt file. So we'll do pip install -r for requirements. We'll give it the name requirements.txt. And so that's going to go ahead and go through all of this here and install all of our requirements that we have specified here. And we'll just give that a minute to run, and I'll pause the video here so you don't have to sit while this does this. Just kidding. Let me go back real quick. Okay, now let's do this, and I'm going to pause this again and let it run. We're at our correct directory level now. There we go. Be right back. Okay, so these are all installed now in our environment, and we can go ahead and mess around with all this stuff now. So you can see this is no longer highlighted as, that we're missing this. So I think we are all set up. So the first method we are going to use in the Pytest framework is Pytest configure. Actually, you know what? No, we're not going to do that just yet. We're going to do the Pytest add options. So we're going to take advantage of the Pytest built-in parser. So basically, like our command line arguments, we're just going to go ahead and use that. We don't have to use another library or anything. So let's get started with that one first, and then we'll move on to the other one. So it's called Pytest _add option. Just add a comment here real quick. Take in command line arguments. This is going to take a parser that Pytest will pass in. Parser.add option is the way you would add an option. Call this env. Our destination will equal env as well. Our action will be to store, And this is going to be required every time, I believe. We should do that, yeah. Required. Okay, so there's the first one. So we've got a couple. So just to speed this up a little bit, we'll just copy this, paste. We have what, 5? I think, you know what, I might remove it. Yeah, we'll come back to that. env. So then our next one is, we have client ID. So this will be client ID, store. I don't think I'm gonna make this one required because, you know, just in case you don't even have this. I mean, you might not even have this at all. Client IDs are secrets. Okay, and then the next one will be client secret. Same thing here, client secret, not required. Next one I believe is URL. URL required. This should be required. So the reason why I'm saying some of these aren't required is because, like, once you run this once, basically this file will get updated and you might not need this, but every time I do want this to be required, I want you to specify the environment. So, like, for example, say you run this one time, you fill out your client secret, your client ID, your URL and whatnot. You basically don't have to keep putting that in every single time because it can just pull from what's already here. So we'll just keep that not required. And also, I'm going to do just a couple of changes here. I am going to remove this. I'm just not seeing the need for it in this case. And I'm also going to change URL. Now that I think about this, this should be base_URL to be more specific. So we don't need like the HTTP or HTTPS / you know, that whole thing. We don't need that at all. We just need the base URL for the API endpoint. Let's go back here and actually update that. And I believe we're done. Oh, no, we're not. Now we're done. And actually, no, we don't even need that at all. My bad. We are all set up with this. I'm going to cut this video here, and we're just going to go into the next spot in the next video to keep these videos short and concise. So see you in the next one.